Dr. Ruchi, good morning.
Morning. Nice to meet you, Rumiana.
Oh, so happy. This is our usual Wednesday sessions where we get
Yes.
together to talk about business, to talk about a lot of women entrepreneurship and all these things, and have a coffee and have discussions. And today I'm so pleased you said yes to my invitation to share a little bit about your magic and the magic you bring to this world with the work and your mission. And we've known each other for how many years? Maybe about 7 years now, 6, 7 years.
I think we met for the very first time. It was very much a chance meeting in 2019. I
Yes,
believe,
2018,
yes.
2019,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
At the London event for the
Yes.
coaching academy, and then we joined the coaching academy, and we've both been on a what a
Roller
journey.
coaster.
Of course, you can call it roller coaster. I mean, I was 9 months pregnant when I came to join
I
the
think you
academy.
just had the baby, if I remember it
Well,
right.
yeah. The first event when I came,
Yes.
I was pregnant, but then when I joined, I just had the baby, and
Wow.
what a pleasure to have
Wow.
you in my world, in my life. You are just someone who inspires me, and
Thank
I know your journey, I know your story, but I wanted more people to get to hear about what you do and the amazing work that you do, not only as a medical doctor. We know of the NHS work you do, but I wanted my network, the people in my world, to get to hear a little bit about what else you do, because I know you've traveled the world as an international speaker. You've been to so many conferences, delivering amazing value and speaking. You also have a published book, you're a best-selling author, you're about to publish your second book, and you have so much that you've contributed, but I know your passion and your mission about healing and helping women recover from childhood abuse, from trauma, and that's so close to your heart. And helping women not only recover but live a life of freedom and experience life to the fullest, because trauma can bottle so much of your life energy, your potential, your happiness. And I've seen and I've heard some of the testimonies of women that you've worked with, and I'm so inspired by the work you do. So I'm gonna just invite you to share a little bit about the work you do, and actually what's made you have this decision and mission to start doing what you do. Just share a little bit about that, if that's
you.
okay.
Sure, sure. I would love to. Thank you so much for having me, Rumiana. It's a pleasure. So this is about 4 years back when things kind of started opening up for me. Wasn't all pleasant to start with. So I was a burnt out medical doctor facing postpartum depression. It was more like a rock bottom. It's like, okay, where do I go from here? There were two choices. I stay there or I make the move and get back to myself. There was buried trauma that I had been carrying for years, say 30 plus years. It was time to face it. Stop running from it, turn around, face it. Rapid transformational therapy really helped me in doing that. When I was in the depths of postpartum depression, completely lost, not even seeing the light, there was not much hope either. Here's my little one. This is peak COVID. It's me and him. The world has literally, all doors have closed, there's no traveling. I want to be a conscious parent. I want to be a present parent, but here's my heart closed. What do I do?
Right.
Rapid transformational therapy really helped me finding a way back to myself. If somebody thought, what is healing? After all, what is healing? What is trauma? Simply, trauma is a disconnection from yourself, and healing is coming back to yourself. When you came into this world, each one of us, we came whole, complete, believing that we are loved, we are worthy, we can be anything, we can do anything. And then what happens is life happens, trauma happens, life situations happen, and somehow we make meanings or interpretations or beliefs about the world, about ourselves. And this is where the disconnection happens from who we really are, our true power. So, my work, what it entails is to bridge this gap, help you take the bridge to come back to your wholeness. to who you are, your fullness, your worthy, and anything else, I am not enough, I'm not worthy enough, smart enough, intelligent enough, good
Yeah.
enough,
Oh, yeah.
anything, all of that is learned. You came with none of it. It's like, you came around and you keep picking up other people's baggages and thinking they were your own. So healing is all about helping. I will help you hold your hand and help you drop that luggage. And literally after about every first or second session, what the three statements I hear from my clients is, I feel seen, I feel heard, and I feel light. Now, why these statements? Because it's like
Wow.
the disconnection is kind of reducing. You're coming back to yourself. You can actually feel your wholeness. Why are you feeling light? Because you're dropping the baggage. Literally, you're
Yeah.
dropping the baggage. And as you drop the
Wow.
baggage, you're like, what's happening? I'm feeling light. I mean, I was there. I've been there. Because you carry that luggage for, I was carrying it for 30 plus years, you get used to it. That's the norm.
Yeah.
And now when it drops, it's like, what just happened? I have been carrying it for so long. Can I even drop it? That's what healing is. That's what trauma is, and that's what healing is, right? I
Wow.
can give you lots and lots of testimonials, wonderful words that my amazing clients have spoken, and I'm very grateful for it. But I would say I am a living testimonial of what I do. Because if I hadn't found rapid transformational therapy, if I haven't gone through the route of coaching, of heart healing, I wouldn't have found my way back to myself, right? And when we say trauma, people only think of like, okay, it could be abuse or it could be emotional. It could be just about anything.
Could
It
be anything,
doesn't
isn't it?
matter what happened. What happens is till about 7 years old, we are like sponges. We just take everything in. The analytical mind has not developed, right? So whatever like teachers, parents, circumstances, this is the truth. This is how the world is.
Yeah.
Is the world a safe place? By the age of about two or three, you have kind of fixated, is this world a safe place or an unsafe place, right? Now, we cannot go back. We cannot change our childhood. And of course, our parents did the very best they did. And most, I mean, maybe in that generation, even if there was trauma, people did not even deal with it. Most of my childhood was like, you're too sensitive, you feel too much, how are you
Mm.
going to survive the world? Buckle up, become strong.
Yeah.
We build walls around our heart. Why? Because the world is an unsafe place.
Yeah.
I
To
need to keep
protect
myself
ourselves.
safe, right? But then
Yeah.
what is this wall doing? Is this wall protecting you or is this wall caging you? It's
Wow.
actually doing both, right?
Both. Yes. Yes, you're
Exactly.
right.
So as you start now, most of us, including me, we start living in this cage. This is my life. This is who I am. This is what I do. And then as soon as you choose to grow, as soon as you align with yourself, as soon as you choose to step towards your wholeness, I was almost hitting walls. I was like, what is
Feels
this?
tight, isn't it?
Exactly. What is this? What am I hitting? This is your comfort zone. This is the cage we have built for
Yeah.
ourselves. And then it's time to get past. Is it easy? No, it's not. Is it uncomfortable? Yes, it is. But then is it worth it? It totally is.
Wow.
I'll I'll kind of throw a very, very simple exercise. I mean, you can just think about it rather than anything else. If you had only a week remaining in your life, okay? This life is gonna end. You've got 7 days. 7 days. That's it. Are you gonna think, if I failed, uncle this or aunt this would have said that, or what
Yeah.
would people said, or thank God I did not take a chance on that. Thank God I did not live my dream. Would any of us feel that? No. Take off the fluff. Drop the fluff. Your sense of mortality brings you back to yourself. Time is limited. Yes, we
Yeah.
might live 100 years, but
Yeah.
time is limited. We don't have infinite time. So when it's time to leave, I want to look back at my life and feel, yes, I took all the chances. Yes, I'm proud of myself that I fell down.
Yes.
And then, yes, sometimes there have been times I have fallen down and it took me some time to muster the courage to get back up. So what? You learn, you grow, you find your way back to yourself. So we came here to face the challenge, to face the obstacles, to grow. We just did not come here to be comfortable. Our life's good, everything's comfortable, time to go, let's go. Boring life,
And
isn't
then that's often what we tell ourselves, is to cover up that
it?
trauma, isn't it?
Yes.
And I know your story. You've had one of the worst trauma. You've had a sexual abuse as a child. And through all the amazing work you've done with coaches, practitioners, and people that have helped you learn ways to overcome that, you've mastered that, and you've added so many skill set and tool sets to be able to not only help and transform yourself, but to help and transform others heal from all types of trauma. Because as you share that we get used to, so we get so good at covering that and showing up in life and having even successful careers, or maybe building family, but at one point, like for you, that trigger of having a child,
Yes.
uh it gives you that a shock to the system, and you realize that you're disconnected, you're
Yes.
not happy, you're not fulfilled, you're not true to yourself. And often at that point, people feel so alone, like you said. So, what would you say to someone who is listening right now, someone who is navigating or having those feelings, and they feel so unseen, unheard, and alone? Because this is impossible to navigate by yourself. You can suppress it, you
Yeah.
can try by all means to fill up that emptiness through shopping, eating, drinking, any kind of earthly pleasure. So maybe just to try and feel that. But if your soul, if deep inside you feel, hurt and that trauma is stuck, the only way to really connect with yourself is to heal it from the inside out. But it's impossible to do it by yourself. What would you advise? What would you say to someone who's navigating that same hurt or pain caused by different traumas right now?
The first thing I would say is to develop self-awareness, because we live in a world where we are almost always 99.9% of the time turned outward. Be this
Yeah,
and you'll be happy.
yeah,
Achieve that and
yeah,
you'll be
yeah,
successful.
yeah,
This house, this partner, this child, everything is outward, and then that is going to give you all the happiness. And then you'll be successful and then you'll be happy.
yeah.
I know of a lot of people who have all of that, and then the feeling of emptiness doesn't go away because unfortunately, that will not fill up the disconnection, right?
Yeah,
So, yes, outwardly, everything was there. Like, I had the life, I had the badge of the doctor, I'm married, I've got everything's there, right? So, what's the problem? Anyways, circling back to you, I would say developing self awareness is kind of entering that attic, which has been closed for years and now it's become all dusty. And you have chosen to open that way to yourself, and you have at least decided to dust that off. Just dust that.
right,
Let's
right.
see what's in there. Okay. Self awareness is about taking at least 5 minutes in your day to sit by yourself. And if you're like me, you're wanting to tick the to do lists off what happened
Yeah,
today.
keep
Let's
busy,
plan the
keep
week
busy,
ahead and
keep
the month.
busy. Yeah,
5 minutes, just simplest thing, 5 minutes a day for yourself. Maybe you're sipping your coffee. Just be with yourself in that moment, right? Just
yeah,
in that moment, not behind what happened, what's gonna happen. This moment is all there is. Be present to yourself. You're worth it. You're so totally worth it, right? Claiming your worth back. Second thing I would advise is if you're feeling very overwhelmed, I don't know what to do in this moment right now. One thing that has deeply helped me is a breathing technique, which I call the 4-5-8. It's very simple. You take a deep breath for the count of four, hold it for five, and then release for eight. You're in the middle of a traffic jam, your child is throwing a tantrum, you've had a difficult day, you just don't know. The whole world around is falling apart. Do the 4-5-8 for 5 times. I promise you, you will have some clarity. You will have a little bit of relief to even think forward, right? So I'm saying these things because, yes, there is help and there is therapy, and of course, all of those things are there. But I've been there where you're in the midst of it, when you're
yeah, yeah,
completely lost. You're like, those are all amazing things, but I'm
yeah.
completely lost right now.
But
What
you
do
need
I
help
do?
now. Yeah, yeah. But often I'm getting goosebumps you sharing this, because it's so powerful. We've all been through. I'm a mother of three children. Being an entrepreneur as well, there's a lot of daily
Ups and
challenges,
downs.
and I've had experiences from the past that I've said, oh no, that's not a big deal, although it was trauma. Let's bottle it up. Let's push through. Let's keep going through life. But sometimes when you've had a painful experience, though, that's for a long period of time, something that has hurt you, and you've kind of bottled it up, and then moments where these feelings surface up, you sometimes feel like standing still just in the moment. It feels scary because you don't want to stand still. You want to be busy. You want to be doing things so you don't remember. I mean, for me, it was the death of my dad that I had to look after, and I was as a nurse. And there's so many other experiences through life that have been quite traumatic. But sometimes not having the skills or not having understanding how to deal with that feels like standing still. It's almost like I don't want to stand still. I want to be busy so I don't think about my problem. Uh,
Yes.
Does
Yes.
that resonate with you? Yeah, because often that's how people think, or they don't know what they don't know. And also the other thing is the perception of getting help,
Mm,
asking for help. That's not easy because
true. You're a
usually
strong, independent woman. How
it's
can you
strong,
need
but
help?
also, yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm strong, or I've been taught to be strong, but
Mm,
also the healing process, or the help process. Often we see it as a long journey that's supposed to take months or whatever, and you know. But what I know about what you do specifically, why is that different? The RTT, or the rapid transformational therapy. Tell me more about that, because from what I understand, healing doesn't have to be to take a year.
automatic.
It's
Yeah,
different for everybody, but tell us specifically about the RTT.
sure. So in summary, I would say I'll just give a hypothetical example and then we'll jump in. So if you went to a dentist with a tooth pain, the dentist won't sit with you talking about it for, okay, let's talk about it once. Then you go the next week, let's talk about it. I mean, nothing against talking therapy, but you need relief. You're
Right.
not going there just to keep talking about it, isn't it? You would like something. It's the same with emotional pain. It's no different. And sometimes it could actually be worse, right?
Mm.
Because with the physical pain, you know what's causing it. With a whole lot of emotional pain, clients that come to me is like low self-worth, self-sabotage, standing in their own way, low self-confidence. These are the symptoms. So, like, the patient telling you, oh, I'm having this pain and this is happening and this is happening. What is the root cause of it? Rapid
Yes, yeah,
transformational therapy and heart healing. So, I kind of provide a package of both depending on where you are. We kind of alternate with the RTT and heart healing sessions. It's about diving deep to find the root cause of what's causing it, dealing with it, reframing with it, giving you audio, which I call the transformational audio, which is about 15 minutes long with neuroplasticity. This works for you for the next rest of the month, which is only 15 minutes long. Your only commitment is you're listening to it every single day for that 15-minute audio. So now the neuroplasticity is kind of reeling it in into the way of your being,
right.
into the way you perceive things, the
The
way you
subconscious.
yes. Another query I get is what is subconscious? What is the difference between conscious and subconscious?
Yeah,
Uh, think of it this way, your 95% of your life is controlled by your subconscious. So till
yeah,
the time we were about 6, 7 years old, we were kind of just taking everything in. We're forming a view of the world. Now, you and me, or each one of us, has a different view of the world. It's like all of us are wearing colored glasses. We don't see things for what they are. We have our own interpretations of those. And this is colored
yeah,
by beliefs, life experiences, trauma, all of this.
yeah.
With the subconscious, with the deep hypnosis is just going into a very relaxed state. So with your conscious, like, I need to do this, I have to do this, you can't exactly heal in that state, can you? You'll be too
No,
healed. So with RTT, it's a very gentle, deep, relaxing process of me taking you to your subconscious. Now the conscious is like, oh, thank you for giving me a break. And which you never do. So thank you. It's
okay.
very relaxed. And here's
I
the
can relate to that. 100 hours in a week trying to do it all and never having time to
exactly. The
reflect.
subconscious is like, oh my God, I'm so glad you thought, oh, I exist, let's talk to you. And then we just sit with the subconscious, deal with those first 7 years of your life. Okay, let's see what happened. And it's a very loving, compassionate process. Another thing is, what if something comes up that I can't deal with?
Yeah,
Well, I am there to hold your hand, and it's like you are not reliving it. You are not a 3, 4, 5, 7 year old or even a 15-year old anymore. we kind of come back, look at the picture, you gain back your power, you take back your power. There's
Wow,
16 amazing tools, but then obviously depending on where we are, what we are struggling with, I would use the, relatable tools, the most efficient tools in those sessions. And as I said, heart healing is more like augmentation of RTT. So I kind of use them both alternatively.
amazing. I love what you said that when you take people in that relaxed journey state of mind with the hypnosis and all the tools and the skills you have is acknowledging that they exist, that connection, and getting to the root cause of the problem, not to relieve it and have the pain again, but to heal it.
Yeah.
Because what happens in life is we rush to carry on and be
Yeah.
busy to suppress things. We just put like a plaster on a
Mm.
wound that's bleeding on the inside. And that plaster to cover things up, yet we continue to bleed. We continue
Mm.
to lose that, bleeding is not, the wound is not healing.
True.
So rapid transformational therapy, I understand it's a much gentler, loving process, kind process, but it heals
Time
from the inside
efficient.
out
I would say time efficient. So, like,
and in
one,
time, because time, nobody wants to live with pain for 30 years. You've lived
no, no.
trauma for 30 years, yet it took you. How long was, because I know that you've trained with Marisa Peer, the renowned Marisa Peer, and now that's what you practice, the RTT. How long was that training, by the way, and the process for you to gain or
Um,
this?
So yes, the whole thing took about 8 months. So in this
Okay,
8 months, it's fairly intense. Like there is more, it's pretty hands-on. Like there's lots of in-person sessions, in-person as in like, online you're being trained. Then
right.
there's a whole lot of reflective practice. Like you're doing real-time sessions and then these are being judged. And then like there's a
Yeah,
person who is judging the session that you've submitted.
yeah,
You get the feedback for that. So you have done ample of those before you are certified as a therapist.
amazing.
Yeah. Mm.
And so that's your training. That's all the not your only training. I know you've done so much to be where you are, but that was one of the kind of the big
Base,
transformation for you,
baselines.
the
Yes.
big piece. So in terms of a client work, if you work with clients and help them overcome something that has been holding them back, like similar to you for years, how long does the usual process takes?
I
How
am
in
going
terms
to
of
tell
frame
you,
time?
thank you for bringing that up. I'm going to tell you of literally a breakthrough with a client. I mean, she could not even do the second session. We just did one RTT session. Our plan was a minimum of two, but we couldn't. So this was a lady at that point. I think she was based, maybe I'll keep I think it was Canada, but we'll keep the country aside. So this was, we planned the session. Her video won't come on. She tried everything, the video won't come on. So I'm
Oh,
literally doing a session to a blank screen. This is something I've never done before, but I'm like, no, I want to do it for her. And we were like, she's like, what do you want? Should we reschedule? I was like, no, we go ahead. So, this amazing lady, she would have certification after certification after certification endlessly. It's as if, like, I need this. This is going to make me worthy.
yeah,
It kept going. She will keep self sabotaging her. So, this is what she told me about the session, what she wanted to get out of. She's in a loving relationship with her boyfriend for a whole number of years, but still, it's kind of distant. Like, he'll keep feeling like we're distant. Something's not right. She can't sleep properly. She'll have palpitations through the night. She has to get up and go down the stairs and breathe and then come back. She can't sleep through the night. Okay. So
wow,
these are her presenting issues. Can you help me with this? I said, okay. No, I don't know what the deep cause is. Let's go in.
yeah, yeah.
We go deep into the session. A whole lot of other things come up. A scene came up where she's about 5 years old. She's being sexually abused by her own father. Now, you would feel like, oh my God, will she feel like, tortured again? No, we were easily able to help her stand back. She wasn't living the moment. The session was mind blowing despite the challenges of video and everything. She was a very shy person. She was like, oh, I want to give you a testimonial, but I'm so shy. I'm so this. I said, okay, don't worry. How about we have a follow up call? In the follow up call, she tells me this is about a month later. She's been diligently listening to her recording. And Her partner said something. He did not know anything about the session. Something has changed. It's almost as if you have dropped a guard. And
Wow.
she started crying. And
I
she had
start,
been trying to do it. She has been trying to do it because she loves that man. She wants to be with him, but he still feels distant, right? She was constantly, still, despite everything, she had blocked the memory. She was constantly wanting to gain validation from her. I'm getting goosebumps as I'm just talking to you.
yeah, yeah.
She is still wanting to get validation from her father, and for whatever
Wow.
guilt he carried, I don't know, he'll just keep distant. He'll keep distant. He'll keep distant. And it will get her furious. She called the shot. She's like, I don't want that validation anymore. I'm fine.
Yeah.
All the certifications she did, she started off. She took the first steps to her business. She could sleep through the night. She wasn't having palpitations anymore. And I said, we had planned because she had to move countries after that. We could not pursue further. But this was just one RTT session we did.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And that's exactly reminding me of what you said about how we build these walls to protect us, right? If trauma
And then we
happens,
keep kicking our loved ones out.
those exactly. So those same walls we build around us to protect us from a person, a situation, a trauma. And I remember so many of those, even myself growing up. We had a massive earthquake when I was
Right.
little, and we had to, with so many trauma we carry, we don't even thinking about them. We carry those things, and we build this wall to protect us, and we live our life in a certain way. But
Mm.
when it comes time to grow, to live
They
your
come
life,
in the way. They come.
those will become on the way. So in terms of relationship, in terms of career, in terms of the way we even speak or show up, all that self-sabotage, all that fear we get that's been trapped inside. This is really amazing. I think really just to wrap it up, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing this experience. I love hearing about the transformative work that you do. But not only that, you've got something exciting to share. You're actually
Yeah.
having an in-person, a live event, a workshop coming up in your hometown, Eastbourne. Tell us just very briefly about that event. When is it, and who is it for? And I would love more people to know about that event.
Wonderful. Thank you for bringing this up. So I've done, this is the first time this is going to be like a in-person live workshop, and this is going to be in Eastbourne. This is for every woman who believes in the power of her dreams and feels as if there is a wall standing in the way, not knowing
Right,
what it is. I know I'm capable for more.
right,
I know I'm made for more. What
right.
is the standing in between? Actually,
Yeah,
this wall that we feel, that is how it started for me, is trauma, conditioning, shoulds, should nots, what you
yeah,
can do, couldn't do, your fears, and most of them are learned, all of that. If you are there, we're going to deal deep with heart healing. We're going to deal deep with inner child healing. I mean, with heart healing and RTT, both of them have a very ingrained part of inner child healing, which is so, so, so important because as we talked, these beliefs that we form are very early in life, right?
yeah,
Actually going and you very beautifully brought up like we live in a day and age and world, and I think even over hundreds of years, we have faced so many calamities. Our ancestors, our grandparents, our parents,
yeah.
this is how life is. You deal with it, get on with
You do
it.
it. Yeah,
So what happens is there's a whole lot of burden your inner child is carrying. Every time they were told to suck it up, it's okay, this is life. Okay, fine. But the problem is they still need to feel seen, feel heard, right? So that healing. Now I have had business owners, clients I've worked with. I am too busy. I don't have time for healing. Um, okay, I get it. But what I would
yeah.
say
How's
is,
that working for you? How's that working? How successful are you when you're constantly self-sabotaging and
trust me,
spoiling relationships and
this is the
feeling?
biggest gift, biggest investment. If you're looking at
Yes.
it as a business owner or as a busy mom or
Yeah,
you're like, I don't have time for this. Trust me, this is the most beautiful gift
you
that you
can.
could give yourself and the people in your life,
For someone yeah,
your
for someone
parents, your
you care
child.
about. Yeah,
Because as you heal, you learn to feel more deeply and you feel I promise you, I have felt this. I've lived it in my life. I have been told, you're a different person. Like, what have you been doing? And all
Yeah,
I'm doing is just taking off those walls. I'm like, okay,
exactly.
I'm safe to be seen. I'm safe to be heard.
Yeah,
Nothing's gonna happen. Like, if I'm being myself and literally
exactly.
loving yourself for who you are, not wanting to fit any box to be liked or, and again, these are not metaphorical things. If you are on the entrepreneurial journey, all your demons come out, all your fears come out, and they are like multifold, right? This is not a
Yeah.
white job. You can't put them under the, and if you're not even an entrepreneur, if you're a mom, your kid knows exactly what button to press and how many to press at the same time. So
Oh, that right.
that's what I'm saying.
And there's a lot of pressure for moms. There's a lot of pressure for
Yes.
moms to go and be successful
Oh,
in their career, be this and that, and then to be authentic as a mother and to be fulfilled and to be all those things. And this is where the pressure builds up when there's so much expected from you, but you have to step in someone else's shoes or pretend that
the
you're someone else and
expectations mom
go.
have from themselves, what
Yes,
others.
yes,
I should be able to do this. It's okay. Yes, every day is a different day. You are doing your best, and your best every day changes. It cannot be the same, right?
mm,
So, if you're a mom and you're like, okay, I can't relate to anything else, this will be the most beautiful gift. Your healing will be the most beautiful gift you give your child. Because you feel you're showing love, but when the wall is up, they might not be able to feel it. They
yeah,
might perceive things very differently.
yeah,
And especially when you are triggered, this will come. You will be able to hold space for yourself when you're triggered, right? Let me give the simplest thing. So I was somebody, say 4 years back, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have time for this. Anytime an uncomfortable emotion come up, let me get productive. Let me go to my to-do list.
yeah,
Having time for yourself, okay, an uncomfortable emotion is coming up. Sit with it. Just 5 minutes, even if it is uncomfortable. The emotion is not your enemy. The trigger is not your enemy. It's a messenger. It has come to tell you
yeah,
something. As
yeah.
soon as you receive the message, the more you keep shutting it, the more strongly it will keep coming. The
Wow.
sooner you receive the message, it will go.
Yeah.
It will just go. And for me, the message that was coming from left, right, center, up, down was fear of rejection. Just fear of rejection constantly. Okay, let me share a very funny example. Most moms will laugh at it. My son said, Mama, you're not my best friend, Papa's my best friend. Okay. Now, this is a simple thing. A 3-year-old can say this at any point. What does Ruchi do? Ruchi went and sat on the toilet and cried for about half an hour. Oh my God, like, here I am. I went through labor and I went through pregnancy and I went through, literally, I counted everything I did as a
Yeah.
mother and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, and then, like, it's like, snap. This discomfort is coming to tell me something. What? Hold, learning to hold space. Stop running away from your emotions. We are somehow always trained as if good emotions are like, good emotions, great, have them. There's no good or bad emotion.
No.
All
Yeah.
emotions are messengers. And all emotions are safe. And you are safe to feel every emotion. You are safe to, like, every emotion that you buried and, it's lying there somewhere. It's kind of this hurdle. It's this discomfort, that inner child that did not feel seen or heard, which comes as a barrier when you are trying
Yeah.
to get past your next step in your business, your next step in your dream goal. And you're like, I know I can do this. What's
Oh
wrong?
no, what's stopping me? Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for giving us such a value insights in the feelings of how they show up as a mom, as a professional, as yourself.
Wherever, whatever you're doing. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So being aware, first step is being aware, allowing that feeling to show up so you can learn the message that tells you, allowing to sit with that, and then taking action. You are not alone because from what I know, and you, like you said, and all your clients are living testimony of how you can heal. It doesn't have to take years. It doesn't have to take even months, but it's the journey of healing, of trusting someone to help you because
I would
it's a
say take the decision to invest in yourself. Take
mm,
the decision, tell
yeah,
yourself that you're worthy enough to invest in yourself. I think
yeah,
that's the game changer to start with. Start
yeah,
by
yeah.
putting 5 minutes in a day for yourself. Maybe let's just start there and then.
Yeah.
Journey unfolds.
And just to get the details of the event. So when is the event happening?
The event is on the 28th of May. It is there on Eventbrite. So
Okay.
it's Breaking Free, Journey of Healing and Freedom, as Rumiana has kindly put the title here as well. And it's 28th of May at the View Hotel, Eastbourne, evening 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So I would love to have you there. And I promise you there will be life-changing transformations you walk away with. It will be very much worth your time and money. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Dr. Ruchi, thank you so much for this. Invite anyone who is listening or seeing this, please follow Dr. Ruchi on Facebook, or follow her on Instagram. Sorry, I think you're on LinkedIn as well. But there's so much value she can bring to you and anyone who is on a journey of growth, of transformation, and if you feel that there is something stopping you from your next level of freedom, of fulfillment, of happiness in your life, it's worth having looking inwards rather than external and seeing what is it that has been holding you back. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to get my ticket to your event because I'll be definitely there. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.